Nick with Dancer, and I'm here with Mandy Bordeaux, like the wine. The epoxy floor specifically that we did here, epoxy is a broad term, but the primer that we used here was a urethane mortar. So this is a urethane mortar base with a self-leveling epoxy and then a high-wear urethane top coat. And so we have about a 1/4 inch thick system on top of this floor that provides great durability against drops. So if somebody's working on something and a part drops or a tool drops, chip resistance against that.
I think it's all about all of the parts and pieces coming together, you know, and the collaboration. And that's one thing I really appreciate about Nick and the team at Dancer, finding partners that want to do the right thing and they absolutely care about quality.
So in addition to the flooring that we got to do in the hangar space, we also worked with Mandy on some of the details in the lounge, which would be the Terrazzo treads. Mandy worked together with one of our project leaders to come up with a custom blend that doesn't exist anywhere else. So it started in Mandy's mind.
So I worked with Nathan, one of your team members, in a very collaborative process to develop the design for the Terrazzo treads, and we had kind of established the rest of the finishes in the space, and the porcelain tile that's in the lounge floor there was a very prominent part of the space, and so I wanted to kind of build off of the feel of that, and so Nathan worked with me to find a good color match to some of the other finishes in the space.
Even though this might be very large in anything with airplanes or jets, every single detail matters. And so every rivet, every sensor has to be done well. And so we want to create a space that complements that mindset.
You know, one of the things that our company really strives for is just to do the right thing. And I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that Nick will always step up to the plate and do the right thing.
Yeah, I would say that in our business, we look for models to follow and how we want to run our company. And so there was a guy a long, long time ago that said, treat others as you'd like to be treated. And then there's a very successful foreign businessman that's carried on that legacy of always doing the right thing. And not just as a motto to put on a wall, but when you hear stories that you wouldn't hear other than interacting with people about that taking place, I think, and then you see success come from those decisions over time, even in the moment, if it feels like it's going to be a loss. I think that's an important part to know. Like when you run a company, it's always, and relationships with people is always going to be like the long move to do the right thing. Hey, thanks for taking the tour with us, but we got a jet.